today I'm not going to be talking about any of my usual topics. This is not going to be a video about neurodivergent individuals or caregiving, but it is kind of like adjacent to it. First off, I want to thank the last 4 people that subscribed to the channel. It means the world to me. Like I say in every video, I'm just trying to build community and solidarity for those of us that are either neurodivergent or take care of neurodivergent individuals. So I want to pose a question to the channel, and it can be a rhetorical question, or you are more than welcome to put in the comments your answer. But I want to pose a question to my channel because it's something that means a lot to me, and it's something that is kind of like worrying me as things keep happening in this country. And the question is, do we think that empathy is dead in America? And the reason I'm asking is just on the day in, day out, there is so much happening, like the mass deportations without due process and in a cruel fashion, sending people to countries that they don't even belong, to gulags without even having criminal records. And I don't care how you feel about immigration. It is a broken system. It does need reform. You know, I'm a Latina woman myself. I'm from Puerto Rico, so I am in solidarity with all my brothers and sisters in Latin America and all of those that are undocumented. But regardless of how you feel about migration, what really matters here is due process. I mean, I don't care if you don't like migrants, that's perfectly fine. I mean, it's kind of a horrible thing, but you know, that is your prerogative. But when we're talking about due process, when we're talking about civil rights being violated, you know, they're coming for the other right now. If we don't stand up to that, to due process, what is going to stop them to come for you or anybody else that they don't like, for that matter? So that is something that is showing me a lack of empathy, how a lot of people are just rile everybody up and send them to whatever. It's no problem. It is such an inhumane premise, you know. The other thing that is giving me horrible lack of empathy is this crazy slashing of funding across social service programs that are the pillar of a lot of communities, especially children and children that are vulnerable. We are having programs like Medicaid and Medicare not only losing funding, but being gutted from having their employees, having their offices. So sometimes you don't even have to take the money to render a program useless. And I said this in a different video. Medicaid in this country actually covers the thousands of children that are in foster care. So any cuts to funding, to Medicaid, to CHIP, affects children directly. And to me, making those decisions shows a huge lack of empathy, and supporting those decisions shows a huge lack of empathy. The other one is we have mayors now saying that the solution for unhoused people is to give them as much fentanyl as they want. Now, on the other hand, you're constantly bitching and complaining about a supposed fentanyl epidemic. which to me is hilarious, coming from a country that loves to be high, you know? And like I always say, if there wasn't a demand in this country for drugs, there wouldn't be any other issues from countries trying to send drugs our way. You don't see this heavy addiction issues in so many other countries. And again, to use something like that, to use something that has caused so much pain, like opioid addiction, and just say, oh yeah, I just want the unhoused to just give them all the fentanyl they want. Let's just do a federal purge. Where are we heading as a society, as a country? You can be the next one, the next person hooked to fentanyl or opioids, let me tell you. Because all it takes is for you to get into an accident or a surgery or something to go wrong with your health, or you developing a chronic condition and having to depend on opioids, and your body gets dependent. I guess you're okay with them wrapping you up and sending you to El Salvador, to a freaking gulag, you know? The other thing that I've seen recently that shows me a complete lack of empathy, and not only that, something that is straight up from the eugenics, ableist movement, from that gives you like Nazi vibes, is the registry for autism. That's just straight up eugenics, people. Autism is not an illness. They do not need a tracker. They do not need to be registered, singled out, or anything like that. That is, to me, and I'm so sorry to my Jewish brothers and sisters, but a registry for people with autism gives me the same vibes of when Jewish people were given the stars and singled out. That's what we're getting. That's where we're heading in this country. And they keep dehumanizing people with disabilities. And we are allowing it. We are supporting it. When people with disabilities, all they want is to live their lives. All they're asking for is for you to do no harm, very least empathy. And the use that they will never go on a date, they will never, that is to dehumanize them, to get you used to thinking that these are people that cannot contribute, and hence we either need to fix them or heaven knows what they have in mind. I want to acknowledge some of the people that are in the chat. Thank you, Country Bell, Saber. You know, you are part of the problem, and I honestly hope that you don't have somebody that you love that you have to see jailed, separated from their family, tortured, humiliated, lies fabricated around you. I truly send you blessings, and I hope that you never have to go through something like that in your ignorance. And the other person, let me see, Only Brutal from the UK. Thank you. Welcome to the channel. And again, like, share, and subscribe. The other point that I've seen that is giving me a completely lack of empathy, it's again around migration, and the fact that we have gone from calling a spade to straight up dehumanizing people. We all know that Abrego Garcia and others are being illegally detained in El Salvador. They were kidnapped and sent to, a lot of them are not even from El Salvador. So, but now instead of calling Kilmar Abrego Garcia by his name, he is a human being. He's a father. He has special needs children, no criminal record, was never in a gang, but no, everybody wants to believe the propaganda. And now they're not even using his name. Now they're calling him the man from Maryland. Why do you think they're doing that? That is just evil and cruel. Cruelty is the point. Here, Cyber, cruelty is the point with people like you. Fear is the point with people like you. And sadly, I see this country bending the knee to this fascist regimen. And I just truly, truly hope that none of you have to experience the pain and devastation that this government is causing and putting on all of us. Because trust me, your bubble might be safe right now, but at the rate that things are happening, when our economy crashes, which it will, and I know a lot of people are already feeling it in their pockets, when shit really hits the fan and it hits your bubble, I don't want to see your tears. Because then at that point, my empathy would be out of the window. Now, again, I am the type of person that believes in lifting each other, in healing each other, in uniting, because to me, that's how we make progress. And that's what I want to see in society. That's the world I want to live for my nephew and my niece. Is a world where people still value life and dignity and respect people just for the fact that they are just like you, a human being, trying to have the same dreams and ambitions that we all share. So those of you that stayed this long for the rant, thank you so much. Keep coming to the channel. Please participate in the comments. Send me messages. Let me know what you want to hear. Let me know what topics regarding mental health, caregiving, neurodivergent you would be interested in discussing. I believe my next video is going to be autism and the gut-brain connection. So I hope you all join. Thank you so much again. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll be talking to you guys soon. Bye-bye.